Hello, I am Xarkun. This is World of Warships Legends. Today I've got a quick guide for you on the new Transformers commanders that have just been added to the game. We've got 4 of them, 2 for the Americans, as you can see here, Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. Scroll over to the Germans. We've got Megatron. That's the only one I've put in any promotion orders into so far. And then finally, we've got the Decepticon Rumble for the Russians. Rumble, Destroyer Commander. Megatron, Battleship Commander. Bumblebee, also a Destroyer Commander. And then Optimus Prime, Battleship Commander. We'll start with him. Don't have any promotion orders into him. Base trait, Reconstructor. Reduce the reload time of the repair party consumable. Level 1 here with nothing put into him. It's 0.3%. Looks like it goes up 0.3% with every rank. So it could reduce it by, maybe 4%, 5% when fully maxed. Not a base trait that's going to hurt you, of course. Not entirely sure how useful people will find it, but his actual skills, he's basically kind of your typical brawler commander. He's not the way that Hyde is, where you could have a hybrid between a brawler and accuracy sort of commander. He's got not one for the nuisance to reduce the chance of catching fire, risk of flooding, torpedo damage, etc. Got Brawler, of course, everybody knows what that is, but his unique skill is Revocation Protocol, and this is essentially the same setup that you're going to get on Megatron. As far as the American battleships go, this is not a bad one. It reduces the spotter plane reload time and fire duration on your ship. We can look at it while it's fully maxed. Aside from that, you got Porcupine, Crisscross, on second thought, Firefighter, and Master Mechanic. If I was going to build him for the Iowa, then I'd go with Revocation Protocol, Crisscross, Firefighter, Master Mechanic, and probably Will to Rebuild as far as legendaries go. I think that's a perfectly fine build for the Iowa. It's the same one that I would use for Megatron on the German battleships. It's not your full accuracy build. You're just going to have to do with the accuracy of the base guns. But as far as the survivability build goes, I think this, not a bad idea. Now, we got Bumblebee for the American destroyers. Increase the duration of engine boost consumable by 1%, and it looks like it goes up 1% with each rank. So you could get it up to maybe, 16% by the time he's fully maxed, which, you got an engine boost that lasts 16% longer. Definitely not a bad thing on destroyers. Not sure how great it would be for the American ones, but on some of the faster ones, as an inspiration for maybe the French or Russian destroyers, maybe not a bad idea. Then, this is basically a gunboat build. You could go with Contact is Imminent for increased torpedo speed if you wanted to. Probably wouldn't do that. You got Observant Range, same thing you'd find on Halsey. Mortar, Look at Me Now. Back in Stock. Twist and Track, always a great skill. 1,000 cuts. And then his unique skill here, Calculated Inversion. Drastically improve rudder shift time and boost acceleration while the smoke generator is working, but make the smoke screen dissipate faster. So definitely going to cut down on the long duration smoke screen time of the American smoke screens, but you get a 40% boost to your rudder shift and a 40% boost while a 40% boost to engine power while the smoke screen is running. And this is not leveled up at all. This is Mastery 1 of 4, so these numbers are going to get a lot higher. Essentially, you're trading the smoke screen time for a lot of extra maneuverability. Whether that's a good thing, I don't know. Now, we're going to look at Megatron briefly. Basically, this is the same exact thing as Optimus Prime. You can see my build here. I've tested it out on both the Bismarck and the Gross Occur First. I think it works pretty well. Gonna have a Gross Occur First video with this build very soon. Revocation Protocol, you can see it's fully maxed. 20% duration taken off of fires, which I think brings it down to 48 seconds. Add on to that the damage control mod in slot 2, and then you can have a minus 35% duration on fires. That, I think, is an incredibly strong skill for survivability in the current meta of the game, and it's particularly strong, I think, for German battleships. Of course, you could go with a full secondary build since he's got Porcupine if you want to. Put Hipper on there as an inspiration. But I like Crisscross for the increased turret traverse, and of course Firefighter to reduce the chance of catching on fire, and Master Mechanic for the extra heal. Also, his legendary skills aren't bad. You've got, a choice between Will to Rebuild and Running with Scissors, same as Optimus Prime. As far as Rumble goes, basically the same story as, well, not quite the same story. He's a little bit different than Bumblebee for the Americans. This is basically a little bit like Gurren as far as his skills go for the Russian destroyers. His base trait, though, increase the range of the destroyer's main guns. Not a bad thing to do if you want to run the Tashkent. Possibly a good inspiration for the French destroyers, too. So, got quick fix on him, flank speed, piercer, and sidestep, which further increases the gun range. Definitely a commander I'm going to be trying out on the Tashkent to see how that goes. So, there's a look at the commanders for you. If I had to choose between buying any of them, I would say if you are a fan of the German battleships, then probably Megatron is going to give you the best bang for your buck. He is going to be a very good, I think, survivability commander. His base trait to increase the range of the battleship's main guns might be somewhat useful on some of the sniping battleships, like the American ones, Iowa, Alabama, maybe the Yamato. So, interesting commander. I think these guys overall are better than the Warhammer commanders we got. Their skills are a little bit more interesting to me. Gonna put some promotion orders into Rumble, probably Optimus Prime, maybe Bumblebee too, and test them out for you guys. But I just wanted to give you all a quick look at these commanders. Hope you found it interesting, and now that you've seen what their skills are, maybe it'll inform your decision as to whether you want to buy them or not. You can find them, of course, in the store. In the special section here, you can get all 4 commanders for 29,000 doubloons. What does this get you? Gets you all 4 of the commanders, gets you a bunch of camouflages, a couple missions there, and some permanent camos for the Tashkent, the Bismarck, the Fletcher, and the Iowa. Alternatively, you can buy the 2 Autobots, the 2 Decepticons, and their camos, or you can buy 1 commander for 10,000 doubloons. Comes with the commander and the permanent skin or permanent camo for the ship. You can also just buy the commanders alone for 5,000 doubloons. And there you have it. So there's a look at the Transformers commanders. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.